morning, everybody. I'm Kelly Scott. Before I talk about Cliff, I just want to say, oh, thank you. I want to thank you for letting me evaluate Cliff. This is project number 5 for Cliff, and it's called My First Time Evaluating Your Body Speaks, so this is exciting. And the 6 main criteria for this are your stance, your movement, your gestures, facial expressions, eye contact, and making it natural, and selecting your topic that facilitates body language, of course, and body language that enhances your words and also makes people visualize your speech. So that's the criteria for project number 5 for Cliff. A little bit about Cliff Crail. Cliff is a certified college funding advisor for the National Association of College Funding Advisors in Michigan. He is also part of the College Planning Network in Ohio. He is president of Innovative Financial Solutions Incorporated and has a new office here in Lake Forest, California, or there in Lake Forest, California. Cliff started his college funding business in 2005 in Granada Hills, California. Previously, he spent 3 years with a company that held seminars throughout Southern California. He has helped dozens of parents to send their children to college without spending their life savings or mortgaging their house to the hill, which I think we're all thank Cliff for. Cliff joined Toastmasters to improve his speaking skills, and if you've been here for a while, he definitely has. So it's my honor to introduce Cliff Crail with his speech number 5 called College Funding.
Good morning, OC Coasters.
Good morning. Good
morning.
How are you on this nice drizzly morning here?
Fabulous.
Can you believe it's April already? Every year it becomes more and more important that students have an undergraduate degree. I graduated high school in December of 1953 and started college in January of 1954. And never graduated. So it's very important, and that's one of my goals, is to help the parents get their students through school at this time. I was lucky enough to get a job in engineering, and the government had this goal to go to the moon. So engineers were scarce, so anybody that had some talent and wanted to work hard could be an engineer. And I got the title engineer without a degree. A few years later, though, we have more engineers than we have jobs. So we had PhDs pumping gas in gas stations. In those days, you did pump gas for people who drove in. Now everybody does it themselves. Another technology change is that when I was in college, we used a slide rule. I don't know if anybody's ever seen one of these things. Antiques. Now the kids use laptops. So we have technology changes, the schools are changing, they're getting more expensive all the time. And I have a question for all of you. When do you think parents should start planning for their students' college education? Yeah, got it.
In the delivery room?
Okay.
On inception. At inception.
Well, that's a little better yet, or maybe before that. I believe they should start the day the child is born. Most parents have these thoughts, but few follow through with an action plan. Some do start a 529 plan because somebody at the bank or a financial advisor suggested that they put somebody in a 529 plan. Now, the 529 plan is designed by the government, controlled by the government, and that's what I don't like about it. You can only put a certain amount of money in every year, and if you do the calculations, it's really not enough to grow to pay for a college education. Some of the plans are even so restrictive is that it pays the tuition at a specific school. So when your student gets into high school and graduates, they have to go to that school. And maybe you've actually moved out of state to another state. They got to come back and go because the plan was to pay for tuition at that school. Now, my recommendation is using a participating whole life insurance policy on one of the parents by a mutual life insurance company. We designed a policy for maximum cash value. Our design starts with 50% of the premiums going directly into the cash value. So it's not an off-the-shelf policy. Gonna freeze up here. Now, the funds in this cash value grow tax-free. Even the new tax they just put into position, the 3.8 tax on your so-called unearned income, which is a bad terminology, I think, because you earned it, you risked your money to gain it. Even that 3.8 is non-taxable. Funds that you grow here is dividend paid directly into the policy. And with a mutual company, the policy holders own the company. So it's a return of your money that you invested. Now, a lot of people, first thing they ask me is, what is the percentage of growth? Well, it's generally determined by the economy. The company we use has paid 14%. They have paid 4%. So it goes up and down with the economy, just like everything else. Guardian just declared last week their dividend was 7%. And in this economy, that's pretty darn good. Now, for those parents who do not have a plan and their students are already in high school, we can step in and help them by finding the best school for that student. Now, we start off by doing a complete in-depth evaluation of the student's talents, needs, and ambitions. And then we go on from there using a certified counselors. These counselors are conferring with the parent also, so that we know that the student and the parent are on the same page. Now the next question is to give where school is that has the most money. Now in the college funding, the schools are the ones that have the money. A lot of people are pushing financial aid. There's very little financial aid, and especially these days, with the economy like it is. So we help find the schools that meet the needs of the student. We have a listing of over 2,000 schools, and we have the records of how they pay their freshman students. Some meet 50% of the need, some meet 100% of the need. And so, here we go. We go through the schools that meet the students' curricular goals, and then we look for the ones of those that will also meet their financial goals. Now, to sum it up, I would tell you our motto is to get all your students through school in a comfortable manner, be debt-free by the time you're 65 to 70, and have extra money in your senior years to pay for those added medical costs you're going to incur. Now, I did bring some copies of my book. If anybody here has students in high school, the OT Toasters, they're free. Thank you all.